The San Francisco Giants' Willie McCovey, seen in 1964, emerged as one of baseball's greatest sluggers while battling the notorious Winds at Candlestick Park. The Associated Press Willie McCovey, the Hall of Fame first baseman who hit 521 home runs in 22 Major League seasons, almost all of them with the Giants, and remained a beloved figure in San Francisco into his final years, died on Wednesday at Stanford Hospital. He was 80 and lived in Woodside, Calif. Mr. McCovey joined the Giants in 1959, the team's second season on the West Coast, and was a unanimous selection as the National League's Rookie of the Year. He emerged as one of baseball's greatest sluggers while battling the notorious Winds at Candlestick Park. He led the league in home runs 3 times and in runs batted in twice and was named its most valuable player in 1969. Story continues below. Advertisement known as Stretch for his 6'4", 200-pound frame and his long arms, Mr. McCovey was a fearsome left-handed pull hitter. He was also remembered for a crushing moment when he came excruciatingly close to bringing the 1962 Giants a World Series championship over the New York Yankees. Although he played in only 91 games, Mr. McCovey hit 20 homers that season, when the Giants defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers in a 3-game playoff to win the pennant. The World Series came down to Game 7. Mr. McCovey came to bat at Candlestick Park against the Yankees starter, Ralph Terry, in the 9th inning with runners on second and third, 2 outs and the Yankees leading, 1-0. He ripped the ball, but second baseman Bobby Richardson was standing in exactly the right spot, and snared it chest high. 1 foot higher, or either way, and I guess I would have been a hero, Mr. McCovey said later, envisioning what almost certainly would have been a dramatic 2-1 Giants victory. That December, Charles Schultz voiced his sympathy for Mr. McCovey in a Peanuts comic strip. Charlie Brown sits, hands on chin, through 3 panels, then lifts his head and asks, why couldn't McCovey have hit the ball just 3 feet higher? A month later, in a similar image, he lamented, or why couldn't McCovey have hit the ball even 2 feet higher? Story continues below. Advertisement. Mr. McCovey would never appear in a World Series again. I would put Willie McCovey and Willie Stargell in the same category. Don Sutton, the pitcher who had faced Mr. McCovey and the Pittsburgh Pirates' Mr. Stargell many times, said when Mr. McCovey was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1986, his first year of eligibility. Both were so darn big and swung the bat like they were swinging a fountain pen. You couldn't throw the ball past them and there was no way to trick them. They scared you. Bill Rigney, Mr. McCovey's first manager with the Giants, once said that he had never seen a harder hitter. Mr. McCovey was overshadowed at times by his teammate Willie Mays, perhaps the greatest all-around player in baseball history. But his popularity surpassed that of Mr. Mays among many San Francisco fans, because Mr. Mays had become a star in New York, but Mr. McCovey's major league roots were in the Bay Area. More than 30 years after his retirement, Mr. McCovey endured as a Giants presence. Although using a wheelchair, a result of numerous knee and back operations, he attended virtually every Giants home game as a senior advisor to the team. Story continues below. Advertisement. Willie Lee McCovey was born in Mobile, Alabama, on Jan. 10, 1938, the 7th of 10 children of Frank McCovey, a railway laborer, and his wife, Esther. An outstanding first baseman in Sandlot baseball, he was signed to the New York Giants minor league system in 1955 and soon earned a reputation as a power hitter. Mr. McCovey made his major league debut with a flourish on July 30, 1959, when he went 4 for 4, hitting 2 triples and 2 singles off Robin Roberts, the Philadelphia Phillies' future Hall of Fame right-hander. Mr. McCovey played in only 52 games that season, but he hit .354 with 13 home runs and was named Rookie of the Year. Mr. McCovey tied Hank Aaron as the NL's home run leader in 1963 with 44, which coincidentally was also both men's jersey number. He had 36 homers and 105 RBIs in 1968, and 45 homers and 126 RBIs in 1969, leading the league in both categories each of those seasons. He hit .320 in 1969, when he won MVP honors. Mr. McCovey hit a pair of homers in the 1971 NL Championship Series, in which the Giants were defeated by the Pittsburgh Pirates, but by then age and injuries were beginning to take their toll. He was traded to the San Diego Padres after the 1973 season and played with them until late in 1976, when he was purchased by the Oakland A's and appeared in 11 games as a designated hitter and pinch hitter. He rejoined the Giants the next season at age 39 after declaring himself a free agent and played for them through 1980, retiring as a four-decade player. Playing mostly at first base, he had a .270 career batting average, 2,211 hits and 1,555 RBIs to go with his 521 home runs, 18 of them grand slams. He is in a three-way tie for 20th place on the career homers list, along with Ted Williams and Frank Thomas. Mr. McCovey leaves his wife, Estella, a daughter, Allison, from a previous marriage, a sister, Frances, two brothers, Clauzel and Cleon, and three grandchildren.